Hello, everybody. Today we're taking a look at Strikey Sisters, a DYA game. And if you know any DYA games, then you probably figured that out really quick because all of their games look very similar. But what about this one? Well, this one is what you see is what you get. It is a brick breaking game where instead of a paddle at the bottom of a game, you have a person that strikes the ball back up the screen. You got to break all the blocks. Enemies keep respawning until you break all the blocks. But that's a good thing because they drop power-ups. Pretty good power-ups that you got to use right away. You really got to use them as quickly as possible because you can only have one at a time. So if you want to maximize your usage of the power-ups, you got to use them quickly, you know? And, I mean, that's pretty much it. Once enemies get close enough to the bottom of the screen, you can hit them with your attack, which is cool. Collecting coins doesn't really do anything special that I can tell. It's just a nice thing to do. Oh, you gotta listen to this voice acting. Here.
You. Where's our cuddly pet? Wait. What are you?
Marie? That's a harpy.
Yeah, that is something that's in all DYA games, and it gives them the charm. They probably reuse some sprites. I'm pretty sure that they do. The art style is always very similar in their games, and the music is good, and the voice acting is always very similar to this. And it's silly, but it's so charming. I couldn't imagine a DYA game without these elements. All of their games are very similar to this. Now, there is one I haven't played yet. I'm going to get there. And so that was a boss he talked to. There's like a small cutscene with that kind of silly voice acting. It's good voice acting. It's just, you know, the dialogue it's obviously written to be like that. And I appreciate it. And then this is a boss battle where this harpy at the top is attacking you with more attacks, obviously, right? And you have to defeat her. Also, the other enemies are there. When you throw the ball at them normally, you have to hit them from behind because normally they jump over the ball, which I thought was a really nice touch. She smacks the ball away. So the game does get harder as you continue. Now, the power-ups, again, like I said, are very important to playing this game, but you really just got to collect as many as you can and use them right away. That's why the enemies keep spawning. It would be real tricky if they didn't. Now, co-op is really fun. That's where I had a ton of fun playing this game. Oh, here's the map really quick. You can see, like, the map is huge. There's a ton of nodes, and there's all kinds of different looking areas. They obviously tried to make this a diverse game. Many levels. Maybe too many. But so back to co-op. Co-op is really cool. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's really quite difficult. Requires a ton of communication. I had to turn down the difficulty of the game because it was just too much. But it is fun. But of course, if you're playing with two people, you have two balls. And so when the balls switch sides, you have to communicate what side you're going to stay on or which ball you're going to get. And that communication is so important. If you don't have that communication, you're not going to get anywhere. There's no way you're possibly going to be playing this game and be able to pass by. So that's why we turned it down. And it's still a ton of fun and very difficult to play that way. It's just a very simple, easygoing game that is a lot of fun to play. I mean, you know, this isn't going to be some crazy in-depth game that you're going to be super getting into. It's more like a very casual party kind of situation game if you play co-op. Playing alone is a little bit different. I do get bored after a couple levels, and I think that the game could have been more stressful, but I really do like it for what it is. I've played other break-in games, and they're good, but this one really has something about it that makes it a lot of fun to play. Now, I think that's it. Let me check my notes real quick here. There's cutscenes. I said that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it really is such a simple game, but I highly recommend it. You know, overall, it's a blast to play if you like brick breaking. I think the power-ups are pretty good. The enemy diversity is really enjoyable, and like I said, it keeps getting more and more difficult, and you have to really focus on clearing out the enemies because they can really overtake the level and really become quite difficult to manage. But you also really are trying to get rid of those blocks. And On a whole nother level here, obviously, like any brick breaker, you have to be patient and wait for your ball to return to you. Kind of a bit of a nightmare, usually, but something you just have to suffer with in all types of these games. So nothing I can really complain about too much. So yeah, definitely I suggest checking it out. And if you like this, then I would absolutely suggest checking out their other games. Fantastic developer, can't praise them enough. Super simple games that are just fun. Thanks for watching.